everybody. Welcome to the Nation of Conversation Award Show, episode 290, I believe. I'd like to welcome our host for the evening, Mr. Wally Foley.
Hello. As you can see, we take this very seriously. We're all dressed to the nines.
We've said this for years, audio only, that we're in our finest tuxedos, but we are, in fact, in our finest tuxedos.
Yes, this year we actually decided to do the actual dressing up because now there's video and you can see our lovely faces.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I don't know why you would want to, but that's okay.
I have nothing underneath, though. I have like tuxedo on top and no pants below. So.
Nothing? You're straight Donald Ducking.
It's cold. It's really cold. Yeah, I'm Donald Ducking.
Wait, is that not how you guys have been doing the show the whole time? Like for the last since March?
Pantsless since March. Nation of Conversation, a podcast, pantsless since March. The award show, it's the best show of the year. It's our favorite show of the year. The one where we had the most fun, I think. It's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a doozy. So, Wally, I give you the floor. I let you take over here.
All right. We are going to do worst commentary team first.
We're jumping right in.
Jumping right in.
Jumping
worst
right
commentary
in. Worst
team.
commentary team. You want to go first, Bill?
Yeah,
oh, wait. Hold on 1 second. I forgot something.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh. Oh, well, he's fancy. It's not very
Cheers.
fair of you to drink right in front of us.
It's not,
Cheers.
I mean, I guess I do have some champagne. I could go pop a bottle, but
I mean, I've got
Pop
some
up.
whiskey downstairs, but
It's champagne. I mean, how jealous should you be? It's a fancy drink.
it is very
it is
fancy.
fancy drink. So, Bill, let's go with you since Ryan is drinking.
All right.
Go ahead,
so just before I start with the awards, I will give the normal. I pretty much only watch NXT, so I tried to branch out, but a lot of times we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
But the worst commentary team, I haven't actually seen in action. Just from everything that I've heard, the very clear answer is the combination of Jim Ross and Excalibur. I don't know how you could be worse.
What's wrong with Excalibur? Why do you hate Excalibur?
Not very good.
Just because he once said commentary booth shaped like a table?
He didn't say it once. He said it a lot of times.
He says it all the time. Right. JR was bad.
Yeah,
it's hard
JR's
to.
been very bad.
That's one of the one takes Wally's had all year. JR's bad.
You want to know why I keep harping on it? Is because I was the first to call it, and you guys were like, no, and I was like, no, he's bad now. Your rose tinted glasses are on.
We were.
You couldn't see it for what it was. I called it first. That's why I've been on him.
You did call it first. All right, my worst commentary team of the year is probably genuinely like Michael Cole on Raw or some bullshit like that.
I would assume,
I don't watch Raw and SmackDown anymore unless there's something important. So I went with Josh Matthews on Impact. God awful. What a horrible play-by-play man he is.
I would assume.
Awful.
Unless he's gotten markedly better, I would assume.
No, he hasn't. He's doing a Vince McMahon impression. We made fun of him a couple weeks ago when everybody watched Impact. They're like, God, this guy sucks. He sucks. That's my worst. Sorry, Josh. I think he's probably a decent guy, but sorry. His wife is on with him. I forget her name now. She's also a wrestler. She's not bad. So it's not even her.
Commentary with him?
Yeah, they do it together. It's a husband and wife commentary. I forget her name now. Good wrestler. I don't know why I'm blanking on her name, but yeah, she's not bad. He's not good.
Well, let's turn things around. We'll go with the best commentary team. Bill, we'll start with you for this one.
So I had to do some digging because it's changed a lot this year.
Oh, yeah.
But there was the best I could find. It looks like my old friend Nigel McGuinness disappeared before the start of the year. So the best commentary team I saw this year was, of course, when they still had Mauro Ranallo. And he did a couple weeks with Tom Phillips and Beth Phoenix.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, the double. I remember this. The double play-by-play guys, because they had to throw it to Tom Phillips because Mauro wasn't there, right?
Yeah, Tom Phillips was in building, and I believe Beth and Mauro were both in Canada.
Beth is North Carolina, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to like put a caveat on this. Usually this is a lot easier to do. and a lot more fun to do, like picking these out, and like I have them in my head. But because of the pandemic and all like the no crowds and all that stuff, it made it extremely difficult, and like all the changes, people disappearing for months and not being on the show, so it made it really hard to pick some of these. But I'm going with NWA Power for best commentary. Joe Galley with Wade Barrett.
Stu Bennett at the time, right?
AKA Stu Bennett. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stu Bennett on color.
I will say he's done a good job in NXT since he showed up.
He has. I can't give it to them because I don't like
Vic Joseph.
That I don't hate him,
Right.
but I don't love him.
Right.
So I can't give it to that. I can't give it to AEW because even though I like Excalibur and Tony Schiavone, JR just crushes it for me. So I can't give it to that. And it didn't even last that long. NWA Power was only for a few months into the pandemic and it was gone. But I thought that they were good together. They were the best team, in my opinion. So,
and just before we move on, his commentary partner there would be Madison Rain, I assume.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. Madison
for
Rain.
Josh Matthews.
Yeah. So I don't mind her.
Okay.
Good.
And she does the whole show, and she does a good job. So it's not just the women's matches, which also I like. But he's just got to drop the Vince McMahon impression. If he did that, it might be better.
That's the same thing I find with Vic Joseph, is he's trying to do the commentators that he like grew up with.
Yeah, it becomes tough. Yeah, just be yourself. Also, like the fake, it's got to be hard to do commentary with no fans. Like, how can you get that excited? He can't.
Yeah, that's got to be
the
real
fake
tough.
enthusiasm. That's got to be hard. So, caveat there too. But whatever. Okay, moving on.
We're gonna go with the worst debut of the year, and let's go to Ryan for this one.
I think this is easy. Unfortunately, the debuts were weird again because of the pandemic and everything. Like most people were already in the company or either changed their gimmicks or whatever. I'm gonna go with Retribution. Crap ass.
That I did not say that.
Absolute
but that is the correct
trash.
Answer. That's the correct answer.
Their awful debut.
Retribution.
The one where it was like the guy's name T-Bar and all that shit. And then they
took a bunch of guys from NXT, brought them up to the main roster, and then had nothing to do with them.
But then
so they like did things like turn the lights off in the arena.
Yeah. That part, especially that part where they're like, we're not going to sign contracts, but then they sign contracts and like reveal themselves or something. And yeah, they're turning the generator off with fireworks. It fucking sucked. The whole thing sucked. We made fun of it.
Yeah.
A bunch this year. It was the worst. That's my worst.
How about you, Bill?
So that is the correct answer. The honorable mention could potentially be Xylee's manager we're building towards. Although this past week in NXT got me very excited for what's going to happen.
She hasn't debuted yet.
Right. So that's potentially. The worst one is for the brand. Pat McAfee's group. When he came out and said, like, yeah, look at these guys. I had to pay them to hang out with me. Like, come on.
Something tells me Pat McAfee is going to show up an awful lot on your list this year.
I don't give him that
on the worst side. On the worst side.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
He's not on here as much as you'd think, but yeah.
Okay.
But still, Retribution was somehow worse.
It was bad. Yep. There's a few things on here where I was like, I'll talk about it later, I guess, where I was like, oh, that was bad. And then I'm like, no. There's things like Retribution out there that is so much worse.
Yep.
All right.
Well, let's go to the best debut of the year, Ryan.
There's three options for me. I got Sting, I got FTR. Both were good. Sting was very good. FTR was also good. I'm gonna give it to our recently departed, rest in peace, Brody Lee, though. Because I thought we talked a lot about the Exalted one last year on the award show. We made predictions on who it might be, and all that, and the surprise of him being the Exalted one and not being Matt Hardy, and then the promo he did where he like walked, it was like fuzzy and he walked through and then he came out. It was really good. And
that was supposed to be in front of his home crowd in Rochester.
Right. It was supposed to be in Rochester, but they did a good job faking it. They made Matt Hardy look like he was going to, that was what made it really good. They made it look like Matt Hardy was going to be the guy. And he kept talking about it and tweeting about it and putting all the little like clues in there. And we're like, yeah, Brody's going to debut too, but he's not going to be the leader of the Dark Order. But then he was. So I thought that was the best.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And how about for you, Bill?
For me, it was a brief champion, Karrion Kross in NXT.
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
They'd had a bunch of run-ups where they had weird like promo videos and his wife doing stuff.
Right.
And then his debut was you couldn't even see him. You just saw Tommaso Ciampa sitting there, and all of a sudden Ciampa was gone and was like out of action for a long time.
Right. He was like,
He got
a
like
shark.
choked out from behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That
pretty
was
cool.
good. That was good. All right.
Any honorable mentions other than that?
FTR, Sting. Oh, for
FTR.
Bill. Yeah.
I have one other one. No, Karrion Kross was the one for me.
They didn't really debut a lot of guys on NXT this year, though, did they?
You could say Thatcher, but it wasn't like fanfare for him and stuff.
Right.
Like there's other guys that debuted, like Jake Atlas is there, but it wasn't like
He
a
just
build-up
showed
like
up.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. He was just in a match. Like, hey, here's Jake Atlas.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Let's go to the worst show of the year, Ryan.
All right.
Now show is a like brand, like not,
television brand. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's got to be either Raw or SmackDown. I went with SmackDown just because it seemed like nothing happened on that show that was any good except for the Otis shit, which eventually became bad. So I can't think of a single good thing that happened on there except for the Otis stuff. And then I guess the Roman Reigns return was good. So that's it. I'm going to go SmackDown. Not a lot. I don't have a lot to say. Just SmackDown.
Yep.
Sucks.
And Bill?
You're probably right. I went with an actual like I don't know pay-per-view, I guess.
Oh, shit. Okay.
The worst show of the year that I saw, without a doubt, was GCW Backyard Wrestling. Without
That's
a
a
doubt.
chosen one, but yes, that's the correct answer. That is.
There is a worst pay-per-view category on here, isn't there?
I don't think so.
I think
yes,
there is.
Oh, I have pay-per-view. Oh, worst pay-per-view. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
You can still count that, I guess. It's
Well,
fine.
guess what I have listed as worst pay-per-view is
Same
GCW
thing?
Backyard Wrestling.
All right,
So
well, there you go.
SmackDown, we'll say SmackDown's the worst show. That's fine.
There you go. There you go.
All
A lot
right,
of hate
let's
for
go.
GCW.
Yeah,
You have no
well,
idea.
It's deserved.
You have no
It is
idea what's
deserved, though.
coming. I have an idea. I think you're both going to talk a lot of crap about it.
A little bit. Best show of the year there, Bill. What's the best show of the year?
For me, it's the only show of the year, NXT.
You mean it wasn't
That's
NXT UK?
I haven't watched it since March, so hard to tell.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
And for you, Ryan, how about you? Best show.
Well, this is going to win some awards here. I thought there were some problems on Dynamite. I thought there were good shows. There were some problematic shows. I thought NXT had some problematic shows. The one I had the most fun watching was NWA Power. It's going to win a bunch of stuff. I
Interesting.
enjoyed NWA Power. It was 1 hour. It was crisp, good. A lot of good guys were on there that left, so I'm sure that if it had survived, it wouldn't have been as good as it went along. But it's so short that it was hard to beat that.
That's nice.
It
Yeah.
was like
And
3 months with fans, just well done. So I give it.
I feel like if Mike hadn't walked out on us, he would agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I was wondering, if he would agree with that, but yeah, NWA Power. It's gonna win some
All right.
awards.
Let's go to the worst gimmick of the year there, Bill. Worst gimmick of the year.
For me, it didn't start as the worst, and then as they developed it, it got worse and worse. Worst gimmick of the year is caricaturist Dexter Loomis. He doesn't talk, but he draws cartoons.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
You say that.
Yeah.
Is it?
Is that? How about you, Ryan? What's
The
your
worst
worst?
gimmick of the year is cartoonist freak Dexter Loomis.
Pretty bad.
Sweep
Yeah,
it.
well-
I
And
liked it. I like his wrestling.
Yeah, he's a good wrestler, but man,
I hate this cartoonist shit.
If he's not in
Hate
a
it.
match, I don't want to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, when something's bad, it's bad, and people agree that it's bad usually. So
Yeah.
Hate it.
And he's going to be hosting this week's New Year's Evil NXT show.
He's a silent.
Right.
He's a mute, but he's gonna
And he's
host
hosting.
by drawing pictures, which sucks even more.
yeah.
We'll talk more about him. I guess we already talked about him, right?
How was that the
yeah.
best gimmick of the year there, Ryan?
I think he won this last year.
I thought the same thing about my pick.
I couldn't not go with him again. Orange Cassidy.
It has to be Orange Cassidy.
Of course, it's
It
Orange
has to
Cassidy.
Wow. He's just he was so important to AEW Dynamite. So important to it, and he was great all year. Great gimmick. So well done. Some people wouldn't probably not agree, but I think
I'm
he's
glad that
back to back.
Yeah, I'm glad that they kind of. It seems like they put the rocket on him and shot him to the moon. I mean, like, you guys have been talking about him in the main picture for a long time now, and I'm glad that he got that shot.
And he handles it so well, because it's like the first time he had a match, he kind of dicked around, got like 3 offensive moves in, and then got beat. Then he got better and tried harder, and now he's kind of just like a goofy guy who like uses this to fuck with people, but then when he actually wrestles, he's not often doing like the little kicks and stuff. He's sort of changed the gimmick around like as it needed to be for each match. So it's good. Even that part's good. So wow, two in a row we agree on. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So Bill, you're going with Orange Cassidy as well?
I am.
All righty then. All right, let's move to the worst non-wrestler. William.
This is hands down easy. I assume you're going to disagree with me, Ryan, but I don't know how you can.
Uh-oh.
The worst non-wrestler of the year is the OG Kevin Gill. Oh my God, is he awful every time he's on my television or computer screen.
That is fantastic. Yes, the announcer for GCW.
With this dumb bandana hanging out of his hat, yelling to no one so you can't even hear what he's saying.
Wow. He is not my favorite. Mike sent this out. GCW is doing a 24-hour pay-per-view where the proceeds are going to be raised to pay independent wrestlers who can't work or something, or are not able to work, which is a nice cause. But it's going to be 24 hours of Kevin Gill. Oh my God. What would it take for you to watch that? Like, if you could like solve world hunger, would you watch it?
Probably.
Like, what good cause would you put yourself through this for? Like,
I would watch the 24 hours if I could. As soon as it was over, I could go get my Corona shot. Like, stick me in the arm as it ends.
Nice.
That's a good one. Yeah. Oh man,
it's very selfish. I said solve world hunger. You're just going for yourself here, not in the pandemic. Just me.
There's a lot of people already working on world hunger.
Just me. I get a shot. Nobody else. All right. Best non-wrestler of the year for me is Vince McMahon.
Who's the worst? Oh,
Vince McMahon. For being
I'm sorry. I'm a little confused because you said best non-wrestler of the year, and then you said Vince McMahon.
Yeah, he's not a wrestler.
You said best instead of worst is the confusion.
Oh, sorry.
You meant worst.
Worst.
Right?
Worst non-wrestler of the year, Vince McMahon.
Okay.
I mean,
I want to say that because sorry.
Yeah,
slip up there. Worst non-wrestler. Worst non-wrestler. Sorry. Let me clarify that. Vince McMahon, because the company WWE made more money than they ever have by a lot, and he fired like 600 people. Worst human being. There's other bad human beings, but they're wrestlers. A lot of bad wrestlers this year from the speaking out and all that shit, but they're actually wrestlers, so I guess I can't give it to them.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Ryan, if you want to give us your best non-wrestler. Your best non-wrestler.
Best non-wrestler. It's not been around for very long. Just showed back up. Don Callis, my guy. Favorite.
You do love your Don Callis.
The manager of Kenny Omega, coming out with some great stuff. Like the best thing of the year from a non-wrestler or a manager or anybody like that was him doing commentary with a microphone at the side of the ring. Like, you're not going to let me on commentary. I'll do commentary for my own damn match.
Well, it's JR.
You guys suck. You're a bunch of stooges.
JR's War.
Yeah, JR's War style. That was the funniest thing that happened. And he's just showed up, so I'm giving it to him.
Yeah. Just barely makes it under the wire there.
Yeah.
And how about Bill, your best non-wrestler?
I also have a repeat for myself, not the same as Ryan's. For me, the best non-wrestler was and always is Lord Stephen William Regal, NXT General Manager.
You did do the amazing War Games thing.
Yes.
That
and
was
he
awesome.
said, like, you guys
so
know
good.
what I'm going to say, like pointing at
Yeah.
Undisputed Era and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what was the other thing? He did the player. That was great.
Yes. When he said they told him to come out and be, what's his name?
It should be like Teddy. I wish Teddy Long was here and he'd come out and make a match.
Playa?
And then William Regal did the playa, like Teddy Long. That was great.
And he does, and he just has small things in a lot of the episodes. Like his interactions with Cam Grimes are always good. Like just the way he interacts with wrestlers sometimes is fantastic.
He doesn't do much, but it's just enough.
Yeah.
I love it.
So the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna jump down the list a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But we're gonna go to the worst baby/heel turn.
Oh. Who's starting that?
Let's go to Ryan. See if you've got it. Right.
Okay. This was hard. This one was really hard for me. There weren't a lot of baby heel turns. I mean, there were, but none of them really were that bad. The only one I could see anywhere was Cedric Alexander turning heel.
I didn't even know he had turned.
He was a babyface who got beat up by the Hurt Business for like 6 months or however long it was. And then he just turned heel one night and said, I'm joining the Hurt Business. Like, why? They just beat your ass for months and months and months. And now you're just going to join them. That was the closest one I could find. And I don't even think that's that bad of a thing. I don't know. I don't know what you got.
For me, seems dumb.
It's dumb, but not as bad as some of the other ones that have happened.
I don't have a specific one. I went a little bit more meta on my answer here. It's just that everyone in WWE has turned heel this year. they turned every babyface heel.
Right.
And I just
over the last 2 years, Sammy, Dakota Kai,
Bailey,
Finn,
Candice LeRae, and
Johnny. Right. I could have given it to Candice or Johnny, but they've done a really good job.
They have done a good job with it.
So I can't really.
So that's why, like you said, I didn't have anything that I really stood out as terrible. It just, I don't like that it's everything. And Io Shirai went both ways. They made her a heel, but then everyone continued to love her, so she just kind of sort of became a babyface again.
And then Rhea was kind of weird too, right? Yeah. Wasn't she good, evil, bad?
She wasn't
very bad,
really
good,
evil, but kind of. But
I didn't like that either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's head over to the best baby/heel turn. And Bill, let's get your take on this.
So this is one that I didn't see, but everything I heard about it sounded great. And because I didn't have like one that really stood out, I went with Evil in New Japan.
That's also what I did. I put Evil turning on Naito because it was a good shock.
Yes.
And we talked about it for
wrestling these days.
We talked about it for a long time. Having a Los Ingobernables breakup would be good. Doing the whole pound, not pound thing. And that's what happened. Unfortunately, that storyline sort of sucked ass after that. So it's hard to like give it like it was great at the very beginning, but then Evil became champ, then he lost the championships, then he didn't do anything. So it kind of sucked after that, but that turn was great.
Let's head to the worst promo of the year, Bill.
Worst promo of the year.
Two things came to mind for me this year, both from NXT. One was when Ember Moon was given a live microphone and said, I'm going to say something corny, and then went on to be really annoyingly corny and didn't fix it, just rolled with it. But the one that I think actually is worse was one. It's happened a couple of times now, but when Dexter Lumis came out and did a cartoon promo about Cam Grimes being a scaredy cat.
Afraid of zombies.
Said no words and just presented a cartoon. A bad cartoon.
Yeah. That's bad. I went with that Ember Moon promo. The one I'm corny. I'm back. After the badass. I mean, I guess it would have been different if she was just generic Ember Moon and came back into the ring like she always had. And it's like, I'm glad I'm back, guys.
Yeah.
maybe that would have been better. But the fact that she was like a hacker who was like trying to steal the women's title and drove around on a motorcycle and all this shit, and then she comes in and is like, "Hey guys, it's me, Ember Moon." Which also I'm happy she's back.
Yes.
She was
And
injured
she's
and
been
stuff.
very good in the ring.
Yeah, she was injured. I was glad that she wasn't forced to retire and all that. I don't want to say anything bad about that stuff, but that promo just was fucking bad. It was bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Made her look stupid, and she's basically been stupid ever since as a character. So,
Yeah.
Let's go to best promo then, Ryan.
Okay, this is a collection of promos, and I said they're going to win a lot of awards. I'm going Nick Aldis. All of his promos, all of his NWA Power Shut Up Fat Boy promos,
Right.
where he yells at the crowd, because there really wasn't a great standout promo to me throughout the year. There were some okay ones, but I thought he had the best body of work, so I'm going to give it to Nick Aldis. Of course, there were no fans for some of these promos, so they fell fucking flat, probably.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give it to Nick Aldis.
How about you, Bill? Best promo of the year.
So a couple came to mind, like Finn Balor's been doing good work, and
Yeah,
Kyle O'Reilly's
absolutely.
done some good stuff. And
Yep.
But the one that stands out for me, maybe it's a little bit because it's more recent, but also because it made me laugh a lot, was Tony Khan and Tony Schiavone pooping on TNA on TNA, going on to TNA to talk about how terrible TNA is.
The first one especially, where Tony's like, "Hey," Tony Khan goes to Tony Schiavone, "Hey, you worked in TNA, right?" He's like, "Yeah, for a cup of coffee, and then I quit the business for 18 years."
One day, and then I quit the business.
Just that line alone was great.
Yep.
That was fun.
Good. All right. How about we move on to the worst feud this year? Bill, what was the worst feud?
For me, it was Dexter Lumis again versus Cam Grimes, because this included Cameron Grimes being afraid of zombies, and then they continued to follow him even after Halloween was over. And then they actually had some decent matches, but then that was also the cartoons. And so when they were in the ring, it was fine. It was just the whole thing was annoying.
Mike's not here, so I have to do this from Hoofa Toofa.
That's right.
That was bad. That was bad.
What's up to you, Ryan?
I'm going to go with Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio's never-ending feud that went for months and was fucking terrible, but also had the eyeball thing, which I'll get back to later.
Right, the eyeball thing
sucked.
Not good.
Then that feud went on for like another 4 months.
Yeah, because is Dominic a full-time wrestler now?
No, he hasn't been on since, I don't think. Has he? I don't know.
I have no idea.
It involved the daughter, then Buddy Murphy turning on Rollins. It was just fucking the whole thing. It was a piece of shit. Sucked.
Sounds bad.
Oof.
Yeah, which is weird because Seth and Ray are both great wrestlers. If they just had some matches, it would probably be fine. But all this overbooked garbage just fucking made it suck ass.
Yeah. Bill, how about you give us your best feud of the year?
Sure. So it should have been Raquel Gonzalez versus Rhea Ripley. They've done not
a feud that never happened.
And they actually made it better this past week.
Yeah,
they
but
made it personal, but
it's a feud everyone is up for, but they just never have had the match.
They had one, and it was okay, but yeah. So for me, it was early on in the year, and it was a return once again to Keith Lee and Dominic Dijakovic. Those two are money every time they're in the ring together.
Right. Great. I went with also the beginning of the year, Cody and MJF. Because the very, very beginning of the year with fans, a lot of my stuff involves with fans, so it's a little hard, was the 10 lashes and the cage match he had to win to get to the match with MJF and all this stuff. So I thought that was the best feud. Some runner up to Kyle and Finn, I guess.
Yes. I mean, that one's kind of ongoing.
It was kind of one match, and it's not done yet, so I guess I can't really give it to that. I also put down for a while Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho, because it was really fun for a while. Brody and Cody was fun. But yeah, I think the best one was still Cody and MJF because the beginning of the year was some of the stipulations and stuff made it a lot of fun.
Yeah. Let's head to the worst storyline. I have a feeling I know what you're going to say, Ryan. So why don't you go ahead?
I don't think you do here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with this is not technically a storyline, but I wanted to put these guys on blast because this is probably their worst year since we started the show. I want to say the worst year of this company. I put down New Japan dick punches. Worst storyline of the year. The constant interference dick punches of New Japan all year long. Just ruining these great lineup and matches and stuff. Just it sucked. I hated it. It ruined New Japan for me. I'm pretty sure, Mike, it's not technically a storyline, but I wanted to put him on blast for not being good. Like evil on not punching people all year, and Kenta doing the same thing. It's not like it was one guy too. It was so many guys. Like,
yeah, you guys would talk about it happening multiple times in the same show.
Yeah, that's what I put. That's why I put that. So New Japan dick punches worst.
All right, that's not where I thought you were going.
Okay.
Let's go over to you, Bill. Worst storyline.
Worse than that is everything Pat McAfee. From him getting involved by making fun of the face of NXT for being short, because that's how it started. Was Adam Cole is short? To
you forget how long he was around for. He was around a long time.
He had a couple of matches.
Yeah.
He put together a group by saying, "I paid them because I'm rich." He just everything he does. He went on commentary and it made me shut the TV off almost. Like, it just everything Pat McAfee.
Almost made you not watch NXT anymore.
Yeah.
That one we should have figured was coming.
Yeah. What did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to mention the Rey Mysterio thing.
Yeah, bad. It comes up again. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Let's go to the best storyline, Bill.
So this is still ongoing, but if it turns out the way we all think it's going to, it has to be Ibushi becoming God, right?
Oh.
Ascending to God.
Yeah. Yep. Taking over as God. Does he take over for God, or does he take his rightful place as God? I'm not totally sure.
I don't know. We'll find out, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's happened technically, right? It's in New Japan. Wrestle Kingdom would have been over by Wednesday, right?
Yes.
At this point, we don't know if he's become God.
Just the other day, Ibushi became God. That's the storyline of the year.
His chase to become God.
Just yesterday became God.
Hopefully.
Cross fingers.
I went with
Ryan, you.
I went with it's a new one, but Omega going on Impact. Taking the title and running to Impact. Okay. It's not over yet, but that was the most interesting thing that happened. There was some other stuff in there that was all right, but a lot of it was like, I'm not going to count like one-on-one matchups, really. Like, that's more of a feud, but I think the Omega running, like, the surprise of him being like, I'm taking this to Impact, and then actually showing up there and doing the pay-per-view that's coming up and all that. I'm sure there's more to come. Maybe it'll sour for me, but it was the most interesting storyline that happened for me.
All right, this time we're going to head back up. We're going to go to the most overrated wrestler this year.
Oh,
Ryan.
Most overrated.
Overrated. Who is overrated?
We talked about this a while ago. It's Bray, the Fiend, Wyatt, whatever the fuck it's called. That shit does not do it for me. I said, a lot of people love it. For me, it's so overrated and not good. Maybe that's because of the booking. Maybe it's not Bray Wyatt's fault. Probably. But it's not good. Sorry, it's not good, guys. That's me.
Bill, how about you?
Just to mention, because it's new and I don't still understand what's going on, but it seems that Hook Taz is overrated since Mike is already saying he's the champion of NXT or of
Taz's kid, Hook?
AEW. Is that really his name?
His name is Hook.
Oh,
okay, so that's why he called him Hook Taz. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. He's just called Hook. I don't think.
Okay.
They used his last name, but
And then the other actual answer is someone who is a good wrestler, but seems, from everything I hear, to be very overrated these days, is one Cody Rhodes.
Wow. That's a Mike take right there.
Yeah,
Mike's
that's
found his
hot.
way in. He's found his way into this show somehow.
I mean, he's a good wrestler. I've never thought he was a great wrestler.
I think that's probably can be valid, even though he's on my list here a couple times in the good categories. But yeah.
Okay, give me some underrated wrestlers there, Ryan.
Most underrated for me, Eddie Kingston was absolutely incredible doing promos. Turned a match that people normally, if you just read on a piece of paper, Eddie Kingston versus John Moxley, into a match people actually gave a shit about. So I'm going to say he is the most underrated wrestler. Doesn't look the part. He's a little chunky. I mean, he's still in good shape, but he's a his belly's just a little big, as Dusty Rhodes would say. But I thought he was severely underrated. I didn't even rate him properly when I first saw him on NWA Power at the beginning of the year. They cut one promo. I'm like, holy shit. Where he actually cried during the promo. I'm like, whoa, this guy is incredible. How am I not? I mean, I've seen him in TNA and shit, but I don't really, my TNA brain doesn't like, oh, I remember this and this and this from TNA. I just like things happen on TNA. I don't remember. So I was like, wow, this guy, I'm so late to the party. This guy is great. So I think he's underrated.
Eddie Kingston. All right. How about you, Bill?
For
most
me,
underrated.
Well, I have two, but the winner, the most underrated, is Cameron Grimes.
Cam Grimes to the moon, baby.
He should go to the moon, and also he seems to be able to do anything in the ring. Like I've seen him take the dives over the top. I've seen him do like power stuff. I think he's good. His promos are even better sometimes.
He's one of our favorites from PWG when we first started. Like, we love this dude.
Yeah.
Before he showed up on NXT. So
the other one that is severely underrated by you and Mike especially is the Blade. The one that holds up that tag team.
Your guy?
My guy.
Blade? Your only guy in AEW?
Yep.
The man you've never seen?
No. Oh, I've seen him maybe once.
No, you definitely seen him because you watched that crap, the worst pay-per-view of all time.
Yes.
And he was on it.
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah. That doesn't count though. That's not AEW.
He's a pretty good wrestler though. He's not a bad wrestler, but he's your guy.
Yeah.
Even though you've never seen him.
Is the winner.
Cam Grimes. All right.
Okay.
Let's hear your rookies of the year. So rookie of the year there, Bill. Who do you got?
So this for me is always a hard category because in NXT, like Tyler Russ looks good, but he's been wrestling for 15 years. Like, there's not real rookies, or there's rarely. And if they do have a real rookie, they do what's probably the right thing and make them go out there and job and like build themselves up.
Right.
So the one that I came up with, Ryan, you'll have to tell me if this is right or not. The rookie of the year to me seems to be this -1 character.
Yes, Brody Lee Jr.
Yes.
Off to a hot start. Beat up MJF. He pinned Adam Cole. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
He pinned Adam Cole. Beat up the Dark Order. 8-year-old. He's off to a great start.
Yeah,
off to a great start in his career. Undefeated.
See.
Like you said, for mine, the rookie of the year is challenging because some of these guys have wrestled forever. I guess it would be technically like a Layla Hirsch or somebody like that who like just showed up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to put John Silver of the Dark Order because I'd never seen him before. He's been wrestling for a while, so he's not a rookie, but rookie to TV, I guess. I don't know. I enjoyed his work, and he just kind of showed up and was just a random dude at first, and now he's super over. So I'm going to go John
big
Silver.
On your show there on Being the Elite. Right?
Big on Being the Elite. Yeah. Yep. The star of Being the Elite, basically. The funniest guy on there. Yeah. So I'm going to go with John Silver, even though he's technically not a rookie.
All right.
It's like a minor league player has been called up, so I count that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Whatever.
How about the most improved, Ryan?
Okay, we might have the same one here, Bill.
We do have the same one here.
I'm gonna put someone I wrongly made fun of at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
wrongly made fun of, but has been very impressive throughout the year, which is, I don't know. She didn't really do much when I first saw her, but I'm going to Raquel Gonzalez, my most improved.
Clear winner, Raquel Gonzalez. She went from Reina Gonzalez, who was just a big jobber, to
Right.
she main events
A monster.
NXT now.
Basically like Vader, like 90s Vader, or kind of like she has like some Andre the Giant to her.
A little bit, yeah.
Like she goes in and just thrashes people, uses
She does,
her own partner as a weapon, like stuff like that. I don't know.
and she does a good job of like when to like completely no sell and when to actually like fully sell.
I thought she probably has been this good, but we just haven't seen it.
Right.
And now that she's got the right things, she can do. I'm guessing that's what it is. She's wrestling for a long time, and her dad was a wrestler and stuff. So, I'm guessing she was probably this good anyway. But most improved to me, at least on TV, Raquel Gonzalez.
I would agree.
All right.
Wow,
Another sweep there.
Yeah.
It's a little easier to sweep when there's only two people.
that's true. That's true.
You know. Yeah.
No mild takes from Mike right now.
No mild takes from Mike. No throwing a monkey wrench in by me. So let's go to the best tag team, Bill. Who's your best tag team this year?
This is a tag team I've barely seen, but in part because they've gone downhill a little bit recently in NXT, and in part because they are just the best. It has to be FTR.
Wow.
Okay.
This was hard for me. I wrote down FTR, which is a departure for me. They had a great body of work, doing heel stuff, working really hard matches, blah blah blah, like on fire. But two of my favorite matches are by this team, who wins it for me every year. So if they're the two of the best matches I saw all year, how can I not give it to them?
It's fair.
I have more better matches technically on my list than FTR, so I'm giving it to the Bucks, of course.
Who got carried by FTR in that match?
But FTR, like if I could give it to both of them, the only thing, like FTR was doing some heel stuff that was like supposed to be annoying, to like win a match by like using Tully Blanchard to cheat and stuff, which I don't know. I guess is their job. I don't know. It's hard to pick between the two. And it's funny because their feud was not good.
Right. That was where
was great.
She's trying to like out heel each other.
Yeah, that was bad, but the match was great. So I'm giving it to the Bucks. FTR can co-hold it. I don't know. They were both great.
Okay. So I want to go down to worst segment of the year, but I'm also curious if you guys have best segments of the year because I don't have that on my list.
Oh, I didn't have that on my list. Yeah.
I don't have best segment, I don't think.
All right. So let's get worst segment of the year out of the way then.
Okay.
When Pat McAfee came down to ringside and was on commentary and almost made me quit watching NXT. That was the worst.
What is that called when you quit a video game? Hate quit?
Rage quit?
Rage quit. You almost rage quit NXT.
I almost rage quit wrestling because of Pat McAfee.
All wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hopefully
okay. So that was easily...
He's won a lot.
Like the right answer.
Yeah, we need a calculation of how many Pat McAfee awards he's won in the worst categories. Mine is Jeff Hardy, drug addict segments, where they, in real life, Jeff Hardy, I think, went to rehab in the last
I think that's correct.
year,
Yes.
right? Or had some troubles. Maybe he didn't go to rehab, but he had some substance abuse troubles in real life. And then WWE decided to put that on TV and have him like take a piss test. There was the one time where he had to take a piss test where he was feuding with Sheamus, I think. And he peed like a liter of cola into this jar and then threw this piss on Sheamus. But mostly it was his real life problems being put on TV. Bad.
Yeah.
You learn nothing. You learn nothing from Scott Hall at WCW.
It's not Pat McAfee, but it's bad. Answer is 3, by the way. 3 times he has been worse.
Wow, that's a lot. That is a lot. Especially, we usually try to break it up. I know we're not like, especially I try not to give the same thing the same award, multiple awards if I can. But Okay. Yeah, that was mine. Jeff Hardy, drug addict.
Let's move on over to the worst pay-per-view. Ryan, worst pay-per-view of the year.
Okay, you said it earlier, Wally. You said I'm going to come back to Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins. Both of these matches were on this. Extreme Rules, WWE, had the eye for an eye match, which was
Rey Mysterio loses his eye.
Rey loses his eye, legitimately like a fake eyeball, and then Seth Rollins pukes in the match. Then there, on the same pay-per-view, was the Swamp match which was a cinematic match between Braun and Bray in the style of like a Matt Hardy match, but way shittier, where Braun and Bray like wrestled in the mud and stuff. It was fucking stupid.
Oh, I think I mentally tuned out when you guys were talking about that because I have no recollection of that.
Those matches were horrible. There also was the shitty Money in the Bank where they climbed the Titan Tower. Even though that should have been more fun, it was pretty stupid. But I'm going to go with Extreme Rules.
And Bill, how about you? What's the worst pay-per-view this year?
I had said it already, but it was GCW Backyard Wrestling for the 4th of July, where potentially the best part of the show was a sad, poor young child not ironically wearing a rat tail.
Oh, Rat Tail Kid. That was fun.
That might have actually been the highlight of the entire show.
I think that's probably one of the best. That was great.
I'm trying to remember stuff about that show.
There was the pool party that they was it Alley Cat like suplex.
Oh, that might come up. That might come up again.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't get into exactly what it was.
I can mentally picture like the setup of
the cars,
all that. Yeah, all that stuff. I can't remember anything else that happened.
Joey Janela had some guy on there who may or may not have mental disabilities.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. What was his name?
Right.
And
forgot about him.
Nick Gage beat like 4 people in 1 minute at the end of the show.
I mean, that's okay now because he's turned babyface for us since he did that video message.
Yeah, where he threatened my life.
Right. I forgot he wanted to kill you.
Right. Was it Nasty Leroy?
Nasty Leroy. Yeah. Nasty Leroy. Yes. Yeah. Oh, my God.
That was okay. Let's go to the best pay-per-view of the year, Ryan. Give us a good pay-per-view.
So, there was some okay NXT TakeOver. What was it? 30 was pretty good. 30 or 31. I forget which one.
Both good. I'll mention one here in a moment.
I think they were both pretty good. AEW Full Gear that just happened was pretty good. It had the FTR match and some other stuff on there. It had Eddie Kingston, John Moxley, some other stuff. I'm gonna go with AEW Revolution. It had fans. It had
Evolution, I believe it's pronounced.
No, just Revolution. It was from February. It was when Moxley won the title over Jericho, and then some other matches that rank high. Another match that ranks very high on my list happened at that pay-per-view. So I'm going to go with AEW Revolution as my pay-per-view of the year. Again, a pay-per-view with fans.
What was the cruise when they threw somebody in a pool?
Yeah, that was Dynamite. That wasn't a pay-per-view.
Okay, that was just a regular.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was fun.
Bill, your best pay-per-view was obviously one of those NXT takeovers Ryan mentioned.
It was NXT TakeOver 31. This is the one that had a pretty good Damian Priest versus Gargano match for the North American title. Kushida just walloped Velveteen Dream for like 10 minutes. Io Shirai and Candice had an excellent match. And then the main event was Finn versus Kyle O'Reilly.
Did they have they had a TLC match or a ladder match? What was the Candice and Io? Candice and Io. Didn't they have like a ladder match or something?
There was some stipulation.
Yeah, I remember the ladder. She fell off a ladder, right? Candice fell off a ladder.
Oh, they both took some nasty bumps. Yeah. She like fell onto the ladder.
That was a very good match. Yep. I agree.
Okay.
That was good.
Let's head on over to the worst wrestler this year. Male or female, doesn't matter, just the worst wrestler this year. Bill.
Worst wrestler of the year for me. I never was a huge fan in the ring, but then more importantly, because of out of the ring, the worst wrestler for me was one Joey Ryan, and all of his what's the Me Too movement, and then he like admitting to it, but then saying it's not that bad, and then him like suing people that tried to come after him, and like the whole ongoing saga.
That's correct. That's what I had. I had Joey Ryan, but I also had a few other honorable mentions. Joey Ryan is currently suing Impact for like $5 million in damages or something. Which they just released him.
Jesus.
He's suing the actual accusers. That's the like instead of just saying like, "Sorry guys, I didn't know" or something. Like he's legitimately suing them for lots of money.
Yep.
He's suing Priscilla Kelly and some others that I don't remember their names and other shit. And the other shitty thing on top of it, like whether you're religious or not, him using religion as like I get out of jail for free because I found God.
Yep.
Is even shittier. It's like it's really shitty if you like don't are not a religious person. You're like, what a fucking shitty thing to say. And then if you are religious, like what a disingenuous bullshit excuse to try to get out of something. Like instead of apologizing and like, look, I did some bad shit. Now I found God. I'm going to try to do better. Okay, maybe that's better. But no, I found God. Also, I'm going to sue you all. He sucks. I also put Velveteen Dream on here for all of his bullshit. Tessa Blanchard on here.
She's
some
just
others.
Like a shithead to work with, right?
Right. Her racist comments.
Yeah,
first she had the racist she was gonna be like one of the best wrestlers of the year. She won the men's Impact title and then just deleted it all by being a fucking asshole. So there's many others who are accused of what was that dude's name who actually liked the independent guy, I forget his name now. So I guess it's a good thing, but there was that dude with the mustache. Fuck, can't remember his name.
I don't know.
He had the funny entrance, whatever. He got kicked out of wrestling. Marty Scurll had some bad shit about him. Many others. Some like they're still on TV.
Ligero.
A bunch of them are still on TV. Unfortunately, they all get worst wrestler of the year, but mostly Joey Ryan because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, piece of shit head Joey Ryan. The honorable mention maybe goes to Nick Gage.
No, come on.
If we're talking just in ring and on TV product, maybe Nick Gage.
Come on, Nick Gage cannot win that. After that message he sent us, well, he wants to kill you both.
Yeah, so. He threatened our lives. We're supposed to like that.
He's not a.
Also, we learned this year that he took his dumb doesn't make sense catchphrase from Demolition Man,
which again boosts him in my view.
Down.
Go get a cameo from Nick Cage. Go get a cameo from Nick Cage. Just do it. All right. What else we got?
All right. Let's go with the best male wrestler this year. Best male. Bill. Best male wrestler.
So my pick here actually was awarded a gold bell by NXT for this very thing.
Oh.
The very consistent, always good even when he's not the star, Adam Cole was my male wrestler of the year.
It's a good one.
Okay.
He even had to carry a whole thing with Pat McAfee, which is yeoman's work. I don't know how he does it, but
wow.
That's Herculean effort right there.
He did. He had a whole year-long program. Pat McAfee. Oh boy. Remember when people thought his appearance on the McAfee show, not us, but the people thought it was real, that he really got mad at McAfee? Come on.
Yeah.
So funny now to look back at that. This was tough for me because AEW really didn't have a standout guy. I guess Moxley would have been the standout guy of the year.
I would have thought him or Kenny, yeah.
But Kenny,
on opposite sides of the year.
Kenny was there the whole time, but he had a good year, but it wasn't the best year. I'm going Kyle O'Reilly.
Okay.
He had the best year, at least the second half.
Second half for sure, yeah.
For sure.
And he's given some good promos now that they're letting him talk and everything.
Yeah. I thought he was awesome. He is my favorite person on NXT, I think. For years now. I think he's been my favorite wrestler on NXT consistently for a long time. So I'm giving it to him. guess Moxley would get a runner-up for me. He did a very good job as champion, but like Kyle's stuff was more. I don't know. I liked it
And
more.
we'll see.
So.
Next year,
Could even be.
I think it's going to have to
be
be Ibushi when he's God. But,
right.
Can't
go against
God, so obviously he wins.
Yeah.
Can't
But
go.
he didn't
against God.
technically ascend until 2021.
Right.
Yes. So Bushi is now God.
Bushi.
Yeah.
Moment of the year, Wally
You caught it.
confusing
Okay.
Ibushi and Bushi. One of the best.
All right, we're gonna go next up to best female wrestler of the year.
I think we're gonna sweep this.
For me, this was the clear choice. It was Io Shirai.
Yeah.
She just
Sweep it.
Everything she does is fantastic.
She
NXT
was.
gave her the belt for that, and then like her and Adam Cole had their own little overall competitor of the year, and she won that.
She was incredible all year.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I listened to the last year's show, which we're going to go over some of our predictions and how they turned out from last year.
Can't wait.
But we talked a lot about Io Shirai leaving NXT.
Right? Yeah.
Because there was a rumor that she wanted to go back. She's engaged to Evil. I don't know if they ever got married. I doubt it. With pandemic shit, probably not. But a lot of rumors were circulating at the beginning of last year that she was going to leave NXT soon. And no, in fact, she won the title and was awesome ever since she won the title. So, as we all knew, I mean, that's not a shock. But
she very well may be the best wrestler in the world.
She's certainly got an argument there to be one of the best wrestlers in the world, if not the best.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. All right. 2 categories left. We're going to go to the worst match this year. Bill, what's the worst match you saw?
Okay. The worst match that I saw was in GCW.
Oh, okay.
And it was when
was that this year? Like that thing that we watched? That was from this year?
Yes. We've watched 2 now the last 2 years, but the one that we've been talking about was from this year.
Oh,
it was when some fat guy named Denver, Colorado or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Started mouthing off. So he was attacked by the announcer, Alley Cat, who ended up finishing the match by pushing him into a pool. And that was devastating enough that the match was over because he fell into an in-ground pool.
KO'd because he fell in a pool.
Yeah.
You know what's very funny about that is I looked up the GCW Backyard Wrestling card because I could not remember shit about this, but I knew it was the worst thing that we watched all year. It's not even a match on the card. It does not count as a match.
It counts as a match. They had a fight.
I don't remember if they rang a bell or not, but they fought in the ring and then fought to the pool.
I'm pretty sure Bill is correct in that there was a bell ring.
Because then they declared a winner at the end, too, when he, again, was deemed to be out of it because he fell into a pool.
He fell in water.
Oh, okay. Boy. Ryan, how about you? Worst match of this year?
I have a few options. The El Schlacko match that was in that pay-per-view, the main event, where he hit somebody with a car that we watched live.
Oh,
remember, we didn't watch it because Mike wanted to save it, so we would watch it all together. That was bad, so that's on the list. I'm tossed. I'm torn between these two. Goldberg squashing the Fiend. That's right. Goldberg wrestled a match.
I don't think I knew that
in 2020 and beat the Fiend.
No.
That's up there. That might be the winner. And the other one was the Viking Raiders or the Viking Experience or whatever the fuck they're called versus the War Raiders, which you can't say war, you can't say this and that. Those guys who I actually like facing the Street Profits, who I also actually like in a basketball match. They played basketball against each other.
I did not.
I was not
aware of this.
They played basketball against each other on Raw.
Street Profits won, I assume.
Yeah, I like all 4 of these guys, but that was fucking awful. So I'm gonna give it.
Again, that doesn't sound like a match. That sounds like
it was a match. They wore gear and stuff. I can't remember who won. I don't know if that's a segment or a match. I can't remember.
Oh,
I can't
I
remember.
think I'm asking too much about this.
You are.
I guess I could give it to Goldberg and Fiend then, because I don't know enough about it, and I actually watched Goldberg and Fiend because it was like 4 minutes, and it was fucking stupid.
Jesus.
So those two worst matches.
Did he give him a jackhammer spear? Or
He couldn't
spear?
jackhammer him. Remember, he couldn't get him up. That was the funny part about the end. He goes to jackhammer Fiend, and Fiend is a big dude. Bray Wyatt's a big dude. He couldn't lift him. He barely got him over for a jack. It was the worst jackhammer he's ever delivered. So let's give it to that. Fine, Goldberg and Fiend.
All right, and the last category, the top 5 matches of this year.
Ooh.
We're gonna go. Each of you is gonna give your number 5, then number 4, and down the list.
Like it.
So
I did try to.
Well done, host.
Yes,
Thanks.
I could have done just NXT matches, but I tried to spread it out a little bit here.
okay,
Now
cool.
this, for clarity, I don't know if you picked ones that you didn't watch, but I picked only matches I watched.
I did not, because otherwise it would have been only NXT.
Okay,
matches.
well, I picked only matches I watched, so I did not put Walter Ilya Dragunov on.
I did not put that either
because I did
I've
not
heard
watch it.
good.
I want to see it. I
watched
haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
What was it on?
It was on
NXT
NXT UK weekly show, so it was like barely something you
Barely worth
would
it.
want to go
Yeah.
check out. But apparently, it was one of the best matches of the year. Haven't seen it.
Me either.
Okay, at number 5, Bill, what was your number 5?
Going back all the way to last year's Wrestle Kingdom, I have Will Ospreay taking on Takahashi
Oh,
for
good
the
one.
not cruiserweight, but the light heavyweight.
Very fun.
And
Going-
Ryan.
All the way back to Wrestle Kingdom of last year, I'm going Okada versus Ibushi night 1. Where Okada defeated Ibushi.
I see. Let's hear number 4 from Ryan.
I forget what this is actually called. A backlot brawl. AEW backlot brawl. Best friends versus Santana and Ortiz. Is my number 4. That's the one where Orange Cassidy came out of the trunk. And they were doing moves onto like wood planks in the back of trucks. And at the end, after they won, they got in Trent's mom's van, which was probably should have been non-wrestler of the year Trent's mom, actually. Can I go back and amend that? Non-wrestler of the year Trent's mom, which I still need to buy that shirt. I hope it doesn't go away before I can get disposable income again to buy that shirt. But Trent's mom drives them away and gives the middle finger. She flips the bird to Santana and Ortiz as the show goes off the air. So much fun. That was my number 4.
Bill, your number 4 match.
Takeover in your house. I have Keith Lee beating Johnny Gargano for the
double belts.
Yeah,
that was great.
All right.
And those two
Bill,
are so different and so but they pair so well together.
Yeah,
Keith Lee is amazing. Lee is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's
number 3.
An absolute shame of what has happened to Keith Lee
since
that moment.
Main roster now.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why
they changed his music, his gear, all this shit.
Number 3, I have one that I'm not sure if it made your list or not, Ryan, but it would be finally the Young Bucks and FTR meeting at Full Gear.
It's not on my list, actually. It's not on my list.
Okay. Ryan, what's your number 3?
Surprisingly, not on my list. Number 3, Kyle O'Reilly versus Finn Balor. What was that? NXT 31?
Yes.
Brutal match,
31.
broken jaw.
Yes.
Takeover 31. I'm sorry. Brutal match, broken jaw. Finn won. I'm assuming this next one's going to be even better. It's going to be hard to top. I was thinking about this a bunch. I probably mentioned on the earlier show, but how do you top broken jaw, like crazy, fucking insane, kill each other match? That's going to be hard to do, but it was great. Number 3 for me.
Number 2 match of the year. Number 2 match of the year, Ryan.
Oh, back to me.
Yep.
Stadium Stampede, AEW, Double or Nothing Stadium Stampede, which was like a 48-minute insane match with all this shit going on. One of them
golf cart?
being the return of the golf cart. Sammy Guevara getting run down by the golf cart again. Matt Hardy getting thrown into the Jaguars pool, which became Lake of Reincarnation and turned into a bunch of dudes. Matt Jackson doing the full 100-yard float over Northern Lights suplex. He did it from 100 yards of a football field.
Right.
They did it on the Jaguars football field. That thing that he does like usually like 2 or 3 times in a match, he did it for 100 yards to somebody. The mascot getting the Jaguars mascot got beat up by Jericho. He gave him the Judas effect. Omega jumping off of like a giant thing to One Wing Angel, Sammy Guevara through a bunch of tables and stuff at the end of the match. There's so many other things. Hangman Page drinking at the bar, like leaving the match to go to the bar to drink during the match and having a bar fight with Jake Hager. Like just so much stuff in there that was so much fun. It was, my opinion, the best cinematic match of the year and so much fun. All those things packed into one match.
I have no cinematic matches on my list.
I could see
Bill,
that.
How about you? Number 2.
Number 2, I have one that Ryan actually had made mention of already. That'd be Okada and Ibushi locking up at last year's Wrestle Kingdom.
Wow, 2 Wrestle Kingdom matches for you.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
from what I could judge, they were better than the G1 matches this year.
Yeah, I did not like
Not that there weren't bad matches in G1.
Right.
But.
Did not like them anywhere near as much as the Wrestle Kingdom matches.
And finally, the number 1 match of 2020. Bill, what is your number 1?
For me, it would be TakeOver 31, Finn Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly.
Very deserving for a number 1 spot. Absolutely deserving. Mine is very me. It's just I loved it. I absolutely love this match. I watched it a few times throughout the year, which doesn't normally happen. Kenny and Hangman together as tag team champions in AEW at AEW Revolution, not our Revolution, just Revolution, versus the Bucks, just kicking the fucking shit out of each other, and then the tease of their breakup at the end, but they don't break up. I thought this match was awesome, so much fun.
Awesome.
I
Bucks
knew that
healing it
somewhere.
up. Yeah, that was my favorite of the year. I did not see that Walter match though, so maybe that. I don't imagine that would unseat for me because it's just me. I'm just going off me. I'm not saying like that was the most technical thing and for these reasons, it was this long or the stakes were this high. It's just the match that I had the most fun watching. So
yeah.
I'm assuming it probably would unseat Okada and Ibushi, my number 5 or maybe my number 4, but I don't know if it would beat those other ones because they were so much fun. All right.
So that takes care of the actual wrestling stuff.
Yes.
Now we're going to get into a couple show bests and show worsts.
Yes.
Let's start with the worst
and you're doing
these
match. You're doing these too, right, Wally?
I'm going to try to remember stuff that I wrote down if I can find it.
What is it? But worst chosen one match?
Yeah,
I'll just start
be the
here
first one that we do. Go
because
ahead.
I've already said it as my just overall worst match of the year, but it would be Fat Guy in the Pool versus Alley Cat from Backyard Wrestling.
Mine is also from GCW Backyard Wrestling. It's El Schlacko versus whoever that was with a car running over people.
JJ something. JJ.
Yeah. There was also a really shitty one where they like 2 guys climbed up a scaffolding and tried to light each other on fire, but it didn't work.
Yeah, fake Vampiro or whatever.
Yeah, fake Vampiro. Yeah, not into that one either. So that was my worst.
I went with, just because I could not remember anything from that show, I just said something on GCW.
Yeah, it's fair.
So that's what I went with. Let's go to the best chosen one match that we watched this year.
I have a very Wally answer for this.
Oh,
okay.
Because I could not think of anything good that we actually watched wrestling wise.
Wow.
So I went with something probably from Jericho Cruise, but I didn't watch that one, so you have to tell me.
I will say that my best chosen one match was John Moxley versus Pac at Jericho Cruise.
That's my best match too.
Wow. Okay, that's surprising.
Yep. Right. How about you, Ryan?
Mine is Misawa versus Kobashi in the 1995 title match. What is that title called? I forget. The triple something championship from 95. That match was awesome.
I forgot we watched those. I might go with the Kawada one from that show.
Yeah, not sure I did a great job recounting it, but I loved watching that match.
Yeah, I forgot we watched that one because Kawada and Misawa might be my favorite.
The 4-pillar match where they were all on a tag team to get like the 2 tag teams.
The one show that
was fun, but I like the one-on-one match way better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we're gonna go to the worst chosen one movie.
It's easy.
Worst chosen one movie.
I think we're gonna sweep it.
It has to be Plan 9 from Outer Space.
It has to be Plan 9 from Outer Space. Although there's some other. I agree.
There's some bad ones.
There's some other stinkers in there.
I did choose Plan 9 from Outer Space, but I also wanted to make shout outs to Hubie Halloween.
Yeah,
which
people love that movie. I've run into people that people I know like that movie.
People are dumb. Ryan, yes. People are dumb.
Yes.
People are dumb.
What was that Thor movie you made us watch? That thing was a piece of shit.
That was the other honorable mention I had. Thor Almighty.
Who was the wrestler in that one?
Was it Kevin Nash?
Nash.
It was
Kevin Nash. Yeah. That was bad.
Yep. That was very bad.
Wow. Yeah, I agree. Those were all bad.
Best chosen one movie.
Mm-hmm. We had some good ones this year.
We did.
Yeah. This was hard.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I had two that I was trying to decide about. Maybe the answer has to be John Wick.
We didn't do John Wick, did we?
We did.
Yes, we did.
We did John Wick.
No. Oh, yes, we did. We did John Wick 3 the very first year, or 2 the very first year, and then we did John Wick this year.
John Wick, the original, we did this year.
We did John Wick 1 this year?
This year.
Yes, we did.
Holy shit.
The other one that I was trying to decide on was the Peanut Butter Falcon, featuring Shia LaBeouf.
Mm-hmm.
I put Peanut Butter Falcon.
Okay. I had a couple. I went with, obviously, the 2 Guardians movies, Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Billy Madison.
I had John Wick as well. And then I gave a shout out to Game Over Man. I really enjoyed
not bad.
movie.
Not best, but good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Daniel Stern is a genius.
I made my own.
His dick shot off or whatever. That was great. That was a great, fantastic moment in that movie. Daniel Stern in his dick, and then coming back with it. Like, did he put it on ice?
He and then threw it at somebody.
He kills the girl with it. He throws it, and then she Anyways,
funny.
I made up another category, which was underrated chosen one movie.
Oh, okay.
So, to me, this was something that we watched that like most people probably haven't seen. So I threw in Peanut Butter Falcon in there. I also put in Mohawk.
Oh, I did enjoy Mohawk.
Yeah,
like it wasn't good, but it was interesting. It was worth a watch, I'd say.
I would agree.
And then Home Game. I really enjoyed Home Game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Home Game was fun.
Home Game was fun. Workaholics. The Workaholics episode was fun.
Mm-hmm.
We had another one of those episodes. I forget which one, but
there was a Comedy Bang Bang that we did.
Yeah, that was fun too.
Fun. Yep. But yeah, Workaholics was good.
Yep. Okay.
And then the worst chosen one overall. Overall, worst chosen one.
Right.
We did.
Right. I'll go. It was one I did. Yep. It just didn't work. 20 questions was the worst.
I had a feeling it was going to be
20 questions was the worst one. I was unhappy with my performance on that one. It wasn't good.
It was fun.
Don't go back and listen to it. It wasn't that fun. It kind of sucked because you guys were really good and Mike was horrible, I think. Right?
I don't really remember.
That sounds right.
Yeah. It was bad.
I don't really remember.
It's unmemorable. It wasn't well put together by me, and it just didn't turn out very well. And I was not happy with it.
Bill, how
personal critique.
For the of the 2 that I've already mentioned multiple times, because it was like 3 times longer than Plan 9 from Outer Space, I had to once again go with Backyard Wrestling.
Oh my god.
Painful.
The overall winner of the Razzie of the year or whatever for Bill.
Yeah.
It is. I agree. It's probably GCW Backyard Wrestling, but I didn't listen to us. Obviously,
right? You didn't listen all year.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Only Bill listens to us.
Download.
But I can only assume that the second time we did Journey of Wrestling was probably not that good.
That one was tough. Better on YouTube, I think, than
probably. I bet the
but that is one
draft, I bet that was okay. The
Draft was
Journey of
long.
Wrestling
It went
draft.
long,
was
but it
long.
was fun.
Yeah.
Both Journey of
Wrestling.
episodes are probably better than you think because I edited out all the,
All the
humming
dead.
and drumming and dead air to try
All
to
right.
make it a little more.
We did make some fun moves for Wally on the second one because he wasn't here that week.
Oh yeah, were you not on that?
Ooh,
Yeah, that's
right.
when we booked your. That was funny. Yeah, we booked
You booked it for me.
We booked it for you and made all your champions lose.
That's nice of you guys, dicks.
We never played again after that, so don't worry.
No, we didn't. We didn't.
I literally haven't played Journey of Wrestling. Unfortunately, I should play again, but since that last one, I haven't played a single minute of it.
And finally, the best overall chosen one.
So
this was tough.
In the same way that Ryan went with personal critiques on his worst of, the best one was the original Jeopardy that Mike put together, where he cranked the difficulty level all the way up, and only one man
and you beat us all.
Come through.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah,
you dominated.
I also went with the trivia episodes. I thought they were the most fun to do, even though I wasn't good at them. I feel like we had a lot of fun with those.
On one of them, we had where none of us could do math at the end. It was very difficult to figure out who actually won.
Right.
And Ryan,
that was probably me.
You?
I also went with trivia. Jeopardy 2, though. I picked Jeopardy 2, where I dug myself a giant hole and then dug myself out of a giant hole to win. When I got, what was the question? The 5th in command of the G.I. Joes.
Sergeant Slaughter.
What number in command was Sergeant Slaughter of the G.I. Joes? And I got it right.
Oh my god.
That was fun. Wally, not Wally. Mike does a good job putting those together. So hopefully when he's back.
And what's our guy Brian there?
Right. Yeah, he said they were fun. So when Mike comes back, we'll go back.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get another one. Next up, we're gonna rank the promotions for this year. I might as well go first since I don't watch anything. I'm going to go with WWE main product, NXT, New Japan, and then AEW.
Okay.
Interesting. It's wrong.
Okay. That was worst to best.
Right. Got it. Okay.
So. I started at the bottom as well. Start at the bottom again. Obviously, GCW is the worst. Between that and then they're actively trying to spread Corona for a while. It was pretty bad.
Oh no.
Above them, I have Impact because even when you guys watched it the one time, you said it was very bad.
It wasn't bad. It was just boring.
Above that, I have WWE main product. And then when we get to the good half of them, I have AEW, New Japan, NXT in that order.
Oh, we should have had NWA in there somewhere. I'm betting Ryan has it.
That would be probably between WWE and AEW for me.
I have 5. Number 5, everybody else. Okay. That would be WWE and whoever else is running, Ring of Honor. This is all at the bottom. Number 4, NWA.
There you go.
Bad second half of the year. That's why I put it so low. Number 3, New Japan. We're lowest ranked New Japan's ever been, probably on that list for me. Very frustrating year. Good start, bad finish. Bad second half, I guess. NXT number 2. Good stuff. Some stuff that was really about to go wrong for me, but didn't ever get there, I guess. Just like some stuff I really don't like Dexter Lumis, but he's a decent wrestler in the ring, so I don't know how you'd penalize that. Some dumb booking. Women's War Games match didn't make it onto the worst matches of the year because they actually put a lot of effort and worked hard and did good moves. The booking was fucking awful. So things like that, put it down to 2. AEW is number 1 for me. Had the most fun watching it. There were problems. It's not a perfect product. It's not a perfect score. Probably would have lost to New Japan in any other year. I just thought it was the most consistent.
Low blows.
Yeah, no low blows in there. Mostly good matches, mostly fun and entertaining. They had some really fun stuff. A bunch of the matches on my top 5 are in there. So AEW 1 for me.
All right.
Are we ready?
Let's go to the 2020 predictions being recounted. Brian, I'm guessing you went through and you recounted.
I got them all written down here. Who you want to go? You want me to do you first, Wally, or?
Yeah,
Are we
why not?
saving Mike?
I'm assuming I had only
Mike
like
has to
4.
be. Mike will be last.
Okay, that's yes. Okay,
Since he's not here. Wally, here are yours. These are the 2020 predictions. We always make 2020 predictions. It's funny because this last year we tried to keep it to like 5, but then Mike just kept going and making us make predictions that he himself did not make, which is kind of silly to listen back to. He's like, who's going to be the NXT champ? And then he wouldn't answer, but everyone else would. So while I hear yours, you have less than everyone else, obviously.
Of course, obviously.
Something about the women's soccer team winning the Olympic gold medal. It didn't happen. So that's wrong.
That doesn't count.
Didn't get it.
There were no Olympics.
They didn't win.
There were no Olympics.
You could have said they won't be Olympics. You didn't predict that.
You didn't know about the pandemic then on January, whatever that day was. WWE will reach under 2 million on Raw, which
not
it
even
did.
close. Yeah, they were way under.
Way under. That's a win for you. You're gonna have to look this up for me. 26 non-wrestling chosen ones. I'm guessing we beat that.
Oh, we crushed that then.
I'm guessing we beat that.
Give me a second because I actually wrote them all down.
Okay. While you're looking that up, I'll give a couple more.
I would say close to 40.
AEW Dynamite over 1.5 million rating. No, did not happen. Naito will. Nope. Tetsuya Naito will hold the belts all year. He did not. He lost them for a very brief time and won them right back. Screwing over. Stephanie McMahon will regularly appear on TV again. Nope, she did not, thankfully. Wally will make it. You're going to have to look this one up. Wally will make it to 45 plus shows this year. I believe this was wrong because your job took you away from like 4 or 5 for sure.
Shit, that's right.
That's a close call.
You slept through a couple others, so I'm guessing you didn't make that. The AEW champion at the time of recording of this next show will be Cody Rhodes. No.
Oh, interesting.
The Dark Order leader will be Christopher Daniels. Nope. NXT champion. This is a rough one. Velveteen Dream. Maybe in another year. Not so much, and that's it for you, Wally. So not bad.
It's so hard. It's so hard to count and listen to you explain how bad I did.
You didn't do that bad. You got the really
good.
All right,
that good, but none of us did that good. So you're really big winners.
You're done with the next person. I'll have how many non-wrestlings. So I'm gonna only count stuff that literally
is not like a wrestling pay-per-view. That's what I mean.
Right.
I think.
Or yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, over 40.
Big win for the WWE under 2 million.
Yeah.
And almost big win for the Naito. Lost that one.
Bullshit.
I'll do you next, Bill. AEW and New Japan will work together. Did not happen.
Did not.
Vince McMahon, I don't know how you categorize this one. Vince McMahon will hurt NXT.
He did. He turned it into his own product, and it's gotten worse. Because
I think
it's
I agree.
More WWE main roster like.
Yeah. I think I agree.
It's hard to,
Here's one I'm assuming we're going to get again. The 8 horsemen will finally have a match against each other. Well, it turns out a bunch of them got pregnant, so or at least one of them.
Oh, yeah.
So the 8 horsewomen match didn't happen.
It did not.
Which has been on your list a lot. Hulk Hogan will wrestle a match in Saudi Arabia. I don't even think they went to Saudi Arabia. Did they?
I don't
remember.
I don't think for the pandemic. Yeah.
Certainly HH didn't wrestle. Keith Lee. Here's a big win for you. Keith Lee will be called up. I guess you got to question this. And they'll do nothing with him. I guess they've done something with him, but mostly not.
What did they do with him?
Nothing really that relevant. But Keith Lee will be called up. They'll do nothing with him. Okay. I'm giving you that one.
Yeah.
Undisputed Era break up. No. Tyler Bate wins a title. I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either.
Io Shirai will win the women's title and hold it in 1 calendar year. That's correct.
All right, I got one.
Here's some outside wrestling ones. My kid, Joey, will show up on the show and make his first appearance. He did not.
He did not.
Not yet. He's not ready. Still grooming him. He's still a young boy. Little podcast young boy. Wally will quit the show in 2020. I think we're on the verge. I think we were close.
I am still here.
He's still here. AEW champion would be Hangman Adam Page. No,
Way off.
Dark Order leader will be Christopher Daniels. Nope.
Oh, I also said that, huh?
Here's one. You said Io would win the women's title, which was correct. Then you said the champion next time we record would be Io Shirai. But if not, it would be Bianca Belair, which would have been a great choice as well. But you got both of those correct. Io wins the belt, holds it till the next show next year. And then NXT champ, you said Ciampa, unless Finn Balor does it. So it's like a half right.
Yeah. Hedge my bets.
Yeah, you hedged that one. I think Finn had just showed up on NXT when we recorded last time.
So this must have been
year.
Mike. Like, all right, who do you think, right? And
yeah, these were the ones where Mike. Yeah. That's why some of them are not guessed by Wally. Some of them are not guessed by Mike.
Yeah.
All right, these are mine. Mine are bad. You got some good wins in there. You got the
IO shirt. Some
good IOs.
Hangman as champ.
Yeah, that was bad. Wally quits the show. That was. I feel like it was close.
Yeah.
It was a little close.
All right, mine. Ring of Honor closes its doors. Nope.
I just watched the other day there on TV, and PCO was the main attraction.
Yep, didn't happen. Mega will show up in New Japan, even though AEW will not work with them. That did not happen. Although he showed up in Impact, so
yeah, something.
This I feel like I don't deserve it, but Moxley will win the AEW title. I kind of felt that was going to happen for a long time. Sami Zayn will move back to NXT. No.
Unfortunately.
SmackDown will move off Fridays. No.
Nope.
CM Punk will return as WrestleMania host. No. He did return as the commentator on FS1, which I think is what I base this off of, but it didn't happen. Moxley will still be AEW champ when we record again. No, he lost to Omega. Dark Order leader, bad one. This is bad. Marty Scurll. Oh boy! So glad they didn't do that.
Doofa.
Yikes! NXT champ will be Adam Cole. No. This is a weird one. NXT Women's Champion will be Dakota Kai. I guess because she had just done the War Games thing, and I thought she was going to be hot to trot.
Yeah.
Universal Champ, for some reason, nobody else guessed this but me, will be Brock. No?
I don't even know who it is.
I think it's Roman, actually. I think technically it's Roman. Might be Drew. I don't know. WrestleMania main event was, I predicted Roman. Nobody else predicted it. Roman versus Fiend. I don't even remember what it was. I think it was Drew versus somebody. Was it Drew versus Brock? Was it Undertaker? Was the Undertaker cinematic match? I can't even remember. Certainly wasn't Roman because he wasn't around then. And then Mike, who's not here, has some interesting ones here. Very interesting.
It is currently
ones.
Roman Reigns.
Okay, so it's currently Roman Reigns. All right, Mike's 2020 predictions were: head of Dark Order is Jim Cornette. What the fuck?
Wrong.
Very wrong. Head of AEW and New Japan will not cross over. Correct. John Cena will retire. What do you think of this one? He didn't technically retire. He had a cinematic match and never came back.
Who do you have a cinematic match against?
Bray Wyatt. He had the one where he joined the NWO and all that shit.
I don't think he retired though.
I don't think he's technically retired.
He's in the Rock holding pattern, but
yeah, he's not retired. NXT Japan will not exist. It kind of exists in there's people that have jobs there, but there's no promotion. So I guess he gets it right. Edge will wrestle. At that time, he was saying he wasn't going to wrestle. He did immediately come back right after the show.
Yep.
Brock. I don't know what this was. Brock. I just wrote Brock. ROH our Ring of Honor will be bought by WWE. That wasn't correct, but Evolve was.
That's true.
Jericho doesn't drop the belt all year. He lost it a month later.
Yeah.
Raw goes under 2 million for him as well. So I think he piggybacked off you on that one. Punk shows up on WWE television, not just FS1. That didn't happen. Io Shirai quits NXT. Nope. Jericho will be the current AEW champ. No. He said Dark Order leader. He didn't make a guess. NXT champ would be Ciampa. NXT women's champ would be Rhea. Boy, oh boy. Sorry, Rhea. That would mean she would have carried it all year.
Yeah.
He said Universal champ, which I guessed and no one else did, including him. Mania main event. He made no guess. Threw it out there. Made no guess. Wrestle Kingdom 15 main match. This is half right. Ibushi versus Naito. I mean, it is one of them.
Yeah, one of them will be there.
There's another match the next night. Whoever wins that faces Jay White.
Faces Jay White, yeah.
So I guess that counts as a win. So I'm going to give it to him. And then this one, which I totally forgot he said, and I can't believe I have to repeat this. Good God. Wally, did you get that elective surgery to have a rib removed so you could S your own D in 2020?
No. I totally forgot he said that.
So that was wrong, Wally?
Oh, yeah.
That
so you
was wrong.
You didn't get that rib removed so you could S a D, S your own D?
Not yet. No.
Wow. Good grief.
WrestleMania, there was two, headline. What the fuck am I looking for? Main events.
Yeah, main events.
Undertaker versus AJ Styles was night one.
Oh,
Part
right.
two,
it was 2 nights.
Yep. Part 2 was Drew McIntyre versus Brock.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what that Brock was. Maybe you just said Brock was going to main event. I don't know.
In 4.5 minutes, he beat him?
Yeah, he squashed him, I think. Yeah. All right. That was last year. I'm trying to decide what was the best. What was the best one? Raw going under 2 million was a good one for Wally.
Yep.
Io Shirai winning the title and holding it till now was good by Bill. I did not have a good one. My best one was Moxley was going to win the championship. That was my best one, which isn't even this. That's not even that good. And then Mike's. I don't know what his
piggyback
best one
on my
yeah,
2
that was a
million.
piggyback, so I'm not going to give him that. Oh, it's Wrestle Kingdom 15 main match, probably.
I mean, he was half right, yeah.
Okay, it's time for 2021 predictions. Mike's not here to give us his, but what you got? You want to go first, Wally? Do you have any? How appropriate.
Oh, by the way, did I mention that we watched 39 non-wrestling things?
39, wow.
Wow, so that did not
so like 13 wrestling things,
I
roughly?
think you said 45
we had a couple
was your
weeks
guess.
off.
No, my guess was 26.
Or your guess was 26?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. 26. Yeah, so you're right.
Yeah.
You crushed it.
We had the Survivor Series 91 to 96.
Right.
There was a Chris Jericho tribute thing where we watched a bunch of Chris Jericho stuff.
We watched him on the dating game and on his
yeah, that was a Bill special.
What was the show, the web show he did?
But I'm Chris Jericho.
Nothing to
not wrestling.
No, it was not wrestling. It was nothing to report. Was the other part of that.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
That bumps it up to an even 40.
Wow.
We watched the 4 Pillars matches.
Yeah.
We watched GCW Backyard Wrestling 2. We watched the 4 Pillars tag team match.
Yep.
Bola 2019 night 1.
Oh yeah, I forgot we did that.
Jericho Cruise and NWA Power, and that.
Wow.
That's all the actual wrestling that we watched.
Wow. My God.
Yeah.
Okay, you got no predictions for 2021, Wally. So maybe you'll think of one before while Bill goes.
All right.
While I go.
I have 2 specific wrestling predictions and then a couple of big picture ones. I have 5 total.
Okay.
So I think for AEW, we're going to finally see the start of MJF versus Hangman Adam Page. And I don't mean that they're going to, I think even if it's not a full blown on feud, they're actually going to be doing something. And I don't mean like a backstage walk past each other. Like they're going to have some matches or something.
Right.
For NXT, I think at some point in 2021, a North American champion will be Boa.
What?
You heard it here first.
North
Boa,
American champion.
Yep.
Okay.
guy who gets beat up by Xia Li, is going to be North American champion.
He sure will be.
Wow, that is a bold prediction.
I'm leaning into this weird thing.
Yeah.
You are. I'll be surprised if it's still on TV in any way in a calendar year.
We'll see.
Prediction: Boa and Xia Li, not a thing, and not this anyway. Maybe they're just regular people, but
At all, because
This-
starting next week, they're going to be there.
no, I mean by the time this show next year, by the time we
it's
hit the
gone.
show next year, it's gone.
We'll see. I think we're going to see the return, even if it's earlier than it should be, the return of full crowds at wrestling, like WrestleMania, or maybe it's Survivor Series, but something in front of 70,000 people. And I think that while I don't know if it'll be a good thing or not health wise, I think it will make a huge difference to the product, having the audience again.
Absolutely.
Maybe even a little bit more out on that limb. I think that we will be together for at least one show in person this year.
Ooh, sucky duggy now.
Yeah. And then finally, my boldest prediction, perhaps, I think 2021 is the year I just fully quit watching wrestling. Just quit wrestling.
You're gonna quit the show, or just gonna stay on the show and just
I'll
say,
probably stay
"Oh,
on the show and just chat with you guys, but
sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sounds good."
We're gonna have two of me.
yeah,
That's-
I think
that's
something's
always a
gonna force
positive
me off of
thing.
NXT this year, and that'll be it.
Pat McAfee's eventual return.
Maybe.
Wow. Okay. I'll do mine. I have 6. I don't know if they're that out on a limb, I guess. NXT, number 1, NXT does not move off Wednesdays all year, even though it was teased at one point. Because the whole purpose of NXT, in my opinion, is to keep AEW's ratings down. They don't actually give a shit about what NXT's ratings are. So they will not move. We will see a full crowd, 70,000 crowd at SummerSlam and All Out.
Wow. Okay.
The August, September, late August, early September, whenever those fall. We will see full-on sold-out crowds in arenas at both of those shows. Maybe outdoor arenas, but definitely sold-out, full-on crowds.
Mm-hmm.
Which may or may not be, probably not going to be a great idea, but we're going to see it.
Agreed.
Number 3, a big promotion of some kind will shut down. I'm tripling down on this. Whether it be NWA, Ring of Honor, Impact, somebody is shutting its doors. My bet is NWA Power right now. They are really spinning their wheels and not.
Wait, they're still going?
Exactly. They're trying to bring Tuesday shows back, but they weren't very good. They don't have their head producer. They lost tons of people, tons of talent. So I'm going on betting on them, but somebody's going to shut down. The pandemic is going to eventually start to rear its head on some of these guys, and one of these will shut down. Number 4, Sami Zayn will, another one, double down. Sami Zayn will jump to AEW, but it'll be at the end of the year. He'll be in there like in December. He'll show up as El Generico.
Ooh.
Not as Sami Zayn or Rami Zayn or whatever. As El Generico in December. He's had enough. He's out of there.
Good.
I hope that happens. Number 5, I guess El Generico will come out of hiding and Sami Zayn will move to Mexico to take care of orphans. Like, is that the story?
I believe so. Yeah.
5. Right. Number 5, Impact and AEW will work together all year, most of the year, leading to a double pay-per-view where they both sets of wrestlers from both companies wrestle each other in dream matches on a double pay-per-view that they like split the profits on.
Interesting.
So like Omega would face their champion, their tag champs would face the Impact tag champs. No belts would change hands, obviously, but they would have these dream scenarios or whatever. I think that'd be so fun.
Oh, a WWE brand off.
Yeah, but one where it's like, oh wow, these companies never interact, so now we're gonna see like the Young Bucks versus Machine Gun and even though I still think like those guys are going to show up on AEW at some point, regardless of this happening. But anyway, I think they're going to have a joint pay-per-view, which I think will be fun. Number 6, the hottest free agent right now, Ethan Page. He will show up in NXT.
I was going to say a WWE brand for sure.
He will not. I'm going to go out on a limb. He's not going to do very much, but he's going to show up in NXT.
Okay.
And maybe like appear later in the year. I don't know when they still haven't brought in people like the Rascals or all those guys yet, right? That class or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's going to be a slow burn, but he will be in NXT. I would hope he would make a big impact, but we'll see. So those are the 6. So real quick, we'll do a couple of the ones that Mike. Who's the NXT men's champion 1 year from now?
1 year from now?
Yeah.
Probably not yet, Boa.
Oh my God.
I'm going to say it's Karrion Kross.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Timothy Thatcher? Is that a name?
Oh,
that is a name. Okay.
Okay.
Not bad.
Timothy Thatcher.
Give me O'Reilly. I don't think he's going to win it here, but give me
Eventually he'll get there.
Eventually he'll get there. NXT Women's Champ 1 year from now.
Raquel Gonzalez.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I don't know anybody else.
Rhea Ripley. I'm going to go Rhea Ripley. The Rhea Ripley Reclamation Project sees her winning it back.
Could still be Io Shirai.
People that I know
Tony Storm, Ember Moon, Candice.
It's not gonna be Ember Moon. Ember Moon will win it at some point, but she's not. She won't hold it until next year. Oh, there's a prediction for you.
There you go.
Ember Moon will win it, but won't hold it next year.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll go with Candice as the.
It's not bad. It's not a bad pick. Let's do AEW men's champion. I think Omega holds it all year.
Pac.
Ooh, I like that.
That's a good one. Page.
Oh, you're going with like Bill last year.
Yeah,
that would be great. Actually, a year-long story where Paige actually beats Omega. That'd be great.
That'll be something.
Be good. I don't know. And I don't know about the AEW women's. I think there's probably a number of people. That would be good. I would like to see Thunder Rosa, who I did not mention on the show, who was one of my favorites this year.
Abaddon, perhaps.
Star. Abaddon's going to win it and then hold it all year. I'd like to see Thunder Rosa hold it, but
I'll say.
I'll go with Thunder. I'll go with Thunder. Why not?
Dr. Britt Baker. Yeah.
Doctor. Do we want to do WWE main product?
No.
Champion?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
I do have two predictions right now.
Well, you haven't gone, right? So go ahead.
Raw is going to average between 1.2 and 1.4 million for as a yearly average, like for the week.
Okay.
So
okay. That's really bad.
Yeah. So like they can be under 1.2, they can be over 1.4, but if the average is 1.2 to 1.4.
That would be bad.
What are they doing right now?
1.7, 1.6.
Yeah.
I think 1.7 was the lowest, if I remember, but they did bounce back.
They got close to 1.5, didn't they?
I'll bring it up to. I'll put it up to a yearly average of 1.3 to 1.5. Give them
still very
an extra 100.
Still not good. How many billions of dollars did USA pay for this product?
Probably a lot.
2 billion, I think.
And the other thing that I have is G1, the final match.
Winner
of the G1 is going to be between Naito and Ibushi. That's going to be the
Ibushi winning 3 times?
No. Naito versus Ibushi.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Okay, who wins the G1? Oh, boy.
Oh, who wins the G1? Interesting.
Oh, boy. That's hard.
I'd probably go with Naito at that point then.
Okada.
I think, I was going to say Okada, but shit, no, I can't say Okada.
Yeah, you can. Why not?
Who's gonna win the G1? Takahashi.
Unless-
Takahashi. I'm
unless-
going bold prediction. Hiromu Takahashi.
Hiromu. Okay, I was gonna ask which Takahashi.
Not Tokyo Bizip. No. Not that one. Bushi is winning it all.
There's another prediction. I will mess up, like the Ibushi, for sure. Something
like that.
That's gonna happen again.
Like Takahashi, Tanahashi. I'll screw those two up somehow.
Wow. At least they're both top guys, so if you mess that up, it's not that big of a deal. But Bushi and Ibushi cannot be farther apart, unless it was like Toru Yano and Ibushi. Oh boy! All right. Any other fun ones, or we tapped it out? I think we've close to.
I'd say another year of going 35 chosen ones without wrestling.
Wow.
Yeah.
At least
35.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're
How
just
many
not watching
trivias?
as many pay-per-view.
We
Trivias? Oh no.
We did
because
more than 3. We did 3 trivias. 1 by
did
me
3
and 2
this
by,
year.
2 by Mike.
Yeah, I'd say we get to 5 probably.
I think we go under. I don't think Mike appears at all for a while.
Oh, that's good. And when does Mike
That's-
appear?
Oh, that's a good point.
Like appear
come
or like he's
back.
back on the show?
Full time on the show again?
March?
November?
I'm gonna go
I'm
March
saying-
for March 1st or whenever.
I'm going May
Wow.
1st.
Damn.
I'm going November.
Full time
November.
on the show.
That's gonna be hard.
November. There's no way he's gonna make it that long.
No, he's gonna have to come back before November. Come on. May seems like a long ways away. All right. That's it. The awards we're good.
Yeah.
We had our suits on. If
Mhm.
you didn't watch this, go to Nation Wrestling YouTube. You can find us and look at our dapper outfits. Look at you,
Three-piece
Wally.
suit, looking
Very
good.
nice. You can see me
Yeah.
sipping on some champagne.
Champagne.
Yep. It was fun. All right. That one's in the books. Another
Bold
award
prediction.
show in the books.
Bold prediction, real quick. AEW out averages Raw.
Ooh.
Ooh, out averages Raw or beats them one time.
All right, beats him one time. Beats him.
Oh,
Beats
okay.
him. Beats him.
That's
Like
two very
legitimately
different things.
beats Raw in the ratings.
Beats them 10 times this year.
10 times. That is a bold
That's very
prediction.
bold.
My goodness.
I said bold prediction, so
He did.
Wowza. Wow,
there
wowza.
it is.
All right, that's it. This is the award show for 2020. Big winners, Pat McAfee, or I guess a loser. Big loser, Pat McAfee. Big loser, GCW, Backyard Wrestling. Huge loser. Winners, Kyle O'Reilly, Io Shirai. Who else was a big winner? Can't remember. Who else did we all agree on? Raquel Gonzalez, big winner.
Mhm.
Yep. Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy, big winner. Not sure who else. I think
Big
that's all.
loser, Joey Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Big loser, Joey Ryan.
The biggest.
In all ways. All right, that's it.
Fuck Nikki.
Word show done. Peace out. Don't say that about Nick. Why you say that about Nick? He did that nice thing for us. All right, peace out.
Where he threatened
See
to-
ya.